Hello and welcome to Yoda Soda Creations podcast. Girlfriend search for the second receive older recent.
Yeah, it's another show, another week. You know the usual drill by now. Uh, yeah, it has been a week. Yeah, I had to, got a surprise apartment inspection this week. My dad had some health issues. Went to work early one day and, had to wait 20 minutes for the last guests on Friday to get a ride home. Also learned that apparently there's like a third party service for Uber for like older people, for like people who don't have like phones with apps and stuff. This lady had a flip phone. Like I don't mean like one of those newer flip phones. I mean like older. What's an app flip phone? So yeah, but yeah, it's been okay. It's got a little bit stressful. Been unusually cloggy lately. Actually led to some sleep issues last night, but that's beside the point. Um, yeah, I've been editing my Zelda episodes. I have 17 episodes up on my YouTube. Well, okay, not they're uploaded. They're not all out yet. I have it set for a daily release because I just have that many episodes. Like I said, I'm at like 17 now, and I just finished like another 3 episodes worth of episodes today. Just need to edit them, but yeah, new Zelda games really fun, but it's taking a while. Hmm. But yeah, I want to say I have like 2 dungeons left, so I figure 2, 3 more streams left before I'm done. Depending on when I finish up the game, maybe I'll see about doing Luigi's Mansion, but I don't know. Because that was gonna be like my October 2024 thing. But yeah, Zelda's taking a bit longer than I thought. Other than that, um, what is other than that? I don't know. Hmm. Eh, ordered some Blu-rays. Um, yeah, I'm actually working on ripping some of them right now. Getting my large digital archive set up. Yeah, currently working on the short sets before I work on the actual whole series long stuff. Or basically anything that's like, okay, this is on one disc. Among stuff I got is actually Kamen Rider Geats. One of the, I think it was a series from 2 or so years ago. I've heard really good things about it, so I figured like, okay, support the official release. Also tried playing the Zelda game on my using the Joy Cons this time, and okay, it's a little bit awkward because I'm used to the controller being a bit wider, but at least I don't have that whole bounce back with the analog stick this time. So a bit of a trade-off there. Uh, but yeah, I have an extra day of work next Saturday. Huzzah! Yep. So that's the whole thing. It's not a night thing. It's like a memorial service. So like afternoon should get out like around 5ish, but still it's extra work and I mean I could use the money. I have a convention this month. Oh yeah, a convention this month. So okay, I'll see what I can do on, I believe it's the 19th, because Okay, at this moment, I'm not. I don't even know if I have a hotel room for this convention. Everything's just been kind of out of whack, and but yeah, I have the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth concert tickets on the 20th. So yeah, that weekend is kind of up in the air. Worst case scenario, doubleheader the following.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. And for KomoriCon, I might be able to do that weekend, depending on if they have any interesting panels at night. Because yeah, I'm gonna be going back and forth from that for that convention, so I could be home by in time. But yeah, current game plan is okay. Current plan for games, I should rephrase. Finish off Zelda, maybe Luigi's Mansion, then getting back into Pokemon for Gen 3. Maybe starting up the starting up Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. Maybe I'll try a different game. I don't know. I'm kind of like all over the place right now. Yeah. But yeah, that is my current plan. Yeah. Alrighty then. So I think that's basically it for me. Yeah, how was your week?
Gonna be working backwards a bit since I was reminded that I have some commitments towards this month, but they won't affect the show, at least on my end, at least. Basically, the next couple of weeks we're gonna have at least 3 weekdays total in terms of busyness.
Hmm.
Then it was reminded that it was Independence Day, which actually lasts the weekend, but I only visited today to best work for me. things went okay, all things considered, and she's okay enough for this week, although there's some stuff that I'll need to move. Spent about half the afternoon at St. Vince. Quite a bit of fun longevity. Been a while since I've been there, but kind of feedback, although some things had to get used to. For everyone else starting out the weekend plans from a personal note, as well as good check the usual stuff. Managed a good distance to those new courses. Been going through the other ones to try to find any new additions. These included finally getting to a couple favorites. Hopefully I'll get pictures up eventually.
Okay.
Still, especially for an anniversary early in the week. cut the action for this week, and later discovered a few things I need to get cut. A few things I'll need to get caught up on eventually. That's more points of interest. Probably interests. Not sure about this year, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, glad to finally get certain things taken care of. So we'll be able to go through the month. That's any other issues, and I've got some good headway on my queue for the weekend. Also, biggest commission for the year. Finished. Should hopefully be transit sometime next week. Hopefully I get it for the month it's out.
Okay. Well then. So, I guess video discussion time. Starting things off, we have the penultimate episode of Ponies, and it's an Allura episode. Apparently, Twitch wants to go to the board trot after hours. That's like, fine, just stop doing that thing. So they go there, and it's all like, yeah, it turns out Allura has a sad backstory. Uh, yeah, remember where we first found her? She ain't from there. The reason why she wants the whole portal thing is so she can get back home. Yeah. Like, okay. Even has a whole like musical number bit going on. It's like, okay, understandable. Because by the looks of it, that happened when she was young, and it's been a while. And yeah, she had like a friend, and like, hey, look, a portal. Oh, let's check this out. Wait, no. She goes through portal. Portal's gone now. So yeah, with one episode left, it's like maybe they did an emergency pivot for the last episode. It's like, okay, we've essentially been canceled. We need to get like some resolution in here. I don't know. Or next episode could be completely unrelated and it just ends where it does.
We'll see.
Is oh, go ahead.
We'll see. Remember the whole brother thing back when she was first introduced?
Yep.
So it seems less of a Mr. Freeze thing and more of a Netflix San Diego type thing.
Yeah. Because yeah, now keep in mind there was supposed to be like a couple more specials that we're gonna get, and presumably those would be going over Alora's story. But now we don't have those, and we just have one 5-minute episode left. Give her story arc is yeah, presumably the conclusion to that would be in one of those specials. But if they did have to do an emergency pivot last minute, they'd have to compress all of that down into 5 minutes. Assuming they even got the advance notice to do that much in the begin with. Also, Twitch shares one of the friendship bracelets with Alora. Like, okay, remember the bit where like you get like little old charms when you do activities with others? Yeah, one of those. Like, okay, yeah, interesting episode. Just a little disappointing to know that odds are it's not going to end up going anywhere.
We'll see what happens if you end up in another mainframe situation, or
Yeah,
they'll at least try, even if it'll feel rushed.
and it's like I can't like I don't blame the writers or like storyboard artists or anything. I blame the people, the higher ups, for absolutely botching the planning. And I've said before, it felt like they didn't know exactly where they were going with this. Like, yeah, there was like a vague to quote something to paraphrase something recent in news. There was like the concept of a plan, but and like being limited to 5 episodes also severely limits what you can do. Which of course is why they had to be bolstered by like the special episodes that were normal episode length to actually properly expand on the story. And it's like the show had potential. They just weren't allowed to do anything with it. In they tried. Believe me, they tried. But
Plus, I feel certain people weren't exactly helping matters.
oh yeah, let's not get into that whole debacle. Like seriously, people, do not harass anyone, be it comic artists, voice actors, directors, anyone working on the show. If there's an issue, odds are it wasn't their fault. And even if it was, just sometimes people, with the way people are acting, it feels like children are more mature than some of these people. And that's not getting into some of the other fiascos that have gone down in this fandom. Yeah, it's just kind of disappointing in how this ended up going. So yeah, in a couple of weeks we'll see what happens.
Weird line being drawn in the spectrum of humanity.
Yeah. Anyway, over with some horses. Um, hey, what's that weird thing in the sky? What weird thing? I don't see anything. That weird thing. I don't know what you're talking about. Like that UFO thing. Oh, that thing. Oh no. What if it's aliens? Ooh. Yeah, yeah. Turns out it was someone's camera drone. Yeah. Like a camera drone that had way too much motion blur applied to it. Yeah, that was basically it. It's like mysterious flying object. What could it be? Obviously, it's aliens. Also, good to know, uh, drones exist in the wild main universe. Have you seen any drones in Pony? Like, I mean, I know they also have phones in Pony, but not sure we've seen drones yet. it was okay. I, eh, nothing to really talk about there. And
I feel like that's going to be reserved for the next generation at this point.
yep. And oh boy, Owl House. Wow. So,
Firefly structural UFOs, and we'll see where that goes.
remember that episode where they end up traversing through Willow's inner mindscape? Well, Luz and Hunter are in Belos's mindscape. I bet you're wondering how we got in this situation. Well, it's like this. It's like, whoa there, Luz. You're stealing Wildbane's shtick there. So yeah, apparently Luz was in the night market with Ida, and yeah, the person they were going to apparently finally joined a coven. It's like, oh, Bella says wild witches are bad, and I can't be associated with you anymore. And Luz is angry because like, seriously, Bellows is obviously evil. Like, th- how does no one notice this? And then sees Hunter running into an alley, and it's like, ooh, and follows. Meanwhile, with Hunter, he's following a group of mysterious cloaked individuals. One short one with glasses, and one whose magic is kind of abomination related. I wonder who these three could be. Hmm. It is mystery. Uh, yeah, apparently they're using a potion to enter Belos's mindscape. So Hunter confronts them. It's like, stop, criminals! And Luz goes and crashes into Hunter. It's like, hey, I got some questions for you. So the cloak figures are like, cheese it's the police! More or less. And it's like, okay, at least no one broke the vial of the potion. Oh. Yeah, Hunter wasn't supposed to step on that. And that's how they got in Bellis' mindscape. So, through the episode, they have to escape the inner Bellows out of the mindscape, like yeah, and they're following this childlike figure. Like, oh, maybe it's Bellos's sense of innocence, and or I don't know. So they're going through these memories, like going through like the rise of Bellows, and like wild witches are attacking this town. This is why I'm making this coven system. Meanwhile, I mean afterwards, like yeah, Bellows was setting up explosives. It was it wild witches. Like okay, and it's like something's up here. Then we see it trying out the whole coven sigils, and I mean the victims are still alive, for better or worse. Yeah, and through all this, Luz is trying to get it through to Hunter that like Bellows is not a good guy. Cut to Belos with the portal and a being known as the Collector, who's pretty wacky. Seems like a fun guy. I'd say he's like this universe's Discord, give or take. But yeah, we learned that Hunter's existence is not quite what it seems. We don't know all the details, but apparently he's something known as a Grimwalker. Probably find out more later, but yeah, the large, ominous Bellows thing is still following them, and the childlike Bellows leads it into a trap. But the childlike Bellows was actually the inner Bellows. The monstrous Bellows figure was essentially the souls of all the palismans he's devoured. Bellows was playing them. It's at this point where Hunter's like, what the hell, man? What the actual hell? And Bellows basically like, eh, yeah, you're going in the ground now. Too bad I have to replace you so soon. So that's a whole thing. Meanwhile, Ida's trying to get them out of the mindscape. Just can't figure out, but they did. Sorry, bit of a clog. Mm. But she gets a bit of help from someone. Yeah, these cloaked figures were in the area, and like, okay, how to get this to them? Well, this one, the figure with glasses, seems to know how to get past the creature owl tube thing question mark.
Oh,
It's like,
I want attention! You know who it is.
yeah, but yeah, so it's like, okay, got the stuff, but need the
You,
power source. So they use the last of the Titan's blood from the glove because, yeah, if Luz is stuck in the mindscape, what's the point of getting the portal home if she can't use it? Also, Luz learns that Belos has the portal. She also learns Belos' true identity.
yeah, remember that,
It turns out Luz and Belos go way back. Belos is Philip Wittebane. Yeah,
as I was about to say, remember that whole thing way back when, possible connections?
yep. Yeah, and Luz's reaction is basically just shock and disbelief and yeah, it's just not taking it well.
Kind of the equivalent of how some can react whenever some sort of revisionist history type of thing happens.
Yeah. But yeah, it looks like Bellis is about to finish off Luz, but Hunter comes in with the save. And they barely escape. with the help of Ida using the potion to get back home. Now, of course, after all these revelations, Hunter is a bit, yeah, he's freaking out, hyperventilating, tears his cloak off, because he just learned that at Tibelos, he is expendable, and Belos has been lying the entire time. Yeah, Hunter's having a bit of a crisis right now, and honestly, Luz isn't doing that much better. Yeah, this was a major episode. And yeah, Hunter, it's like, by the sounds of it, the current Hunter may possibly been just the latest in a long line of clones, simulacrums, something, whatever a Grimwalker is. I'm sure we'll learn more, but yeah, this episode was wow.
There are two possible outcomes I'm seeing with either of them. One is no. I feel like my heart's been ripped out, but I know who I can take it out on.
Yeah,
Point two, we get that reference. The other reference I'm thinking at this point is I can't do that. She's seen too much. You both have.
hmm but yeah. So now we know who Belos is, what Belos's plan is, the deadline for or when that's gonna happen. Now it's just a matter of figuring out what to do. Recovering from the mental breakdowns and all that. That could take a bit. But yeah, I imagine after this episode, we're gonna have a few lighter episodes, just so the general mood doesn't get too overwhelming. yeah, that God, video discussion's been kind of all sorts of serious this time around. Well, aside from Wild Mains. Wild Mains was just like, huh, okay.
They did bring back a edited credit card I mentioned earlier, where they paired the actor names with the characters.
So yeah, that was episode 16, so 5 episodes until the season finale. And
But yeah, another one of those.
about 8 episodes until the actual finale.
But yeah, another one of those two drunks slash curiosity killed the cat characters.
Hmm. Righty then. So, I have the news spreadsheet set up, so let's look into that. Oh, huh.
But yeah, things are really gonna get quite thorough from this point onwards.
Yep. Oh, apparently Warner Brothers declined to test screen Joker 2 to audiences at all before the film was complete. And looking at the current review and critic scores of 33%, or in the somewhere in the 30s, yeah, that checks out. It's like this musical movie, but it's not a musical, but it's a musical. But it's a movie, but it's a musical, but not a musical. Like, who did they make this film for? It's like currently like the lowest rated comic book film ever. Church of Scientology is reportedly planning to buy the Jim Henson Company lot. Let's hope someone else buys it up first.
Or Disney pulls a lawsuit block.
Or that. Sam Raimi is rumored to be returning to direct to direct Doctor Strange 3, and Anne Hathaway confirms she is returning for Princess Diaries 3. The new Smurfs movie has been delayed to July 18th, 2025, starring Rihanna as Smurfette. Didn't realize there was going to be another Smurfs movie, but hey, I don't really keep up with that type of stuff. Joel Kinnaman, when asked if he would return as Rick Flag Jr. in Peacemaker Season 2, quote, "That's ridiculous. I would never. I would never be on a show like that. It's not what I do." Um, okay, I don't know if that was supposed to be like joking or sarcastic. Those type of things don't really transfer over well into text. Because, like, returning as the character, I would never be on a show like that. Like, um, right.
Go back a little bit. Not the lowest, as Batman and Robin still holds ratings in the tens.
I know someone said it was the lowest rated in something. I forget what. Or maybe that one movie is just so low that they just like, okay. Besides that,
Also, not the only film this week that's gotten is getting a bit of an underperformance, as Coppola's Megalopolis is also having a bit of an underperformance.
oh god, I've read about that. It's like, yeah, just no. One Piece and Jujutsu Kaisen are coming to FanFest nights at Universal Studios Hollywood next year. From the same creator. Hold on. From the same creators of Horror Nights, FanFest nights will invite guests to partake in all original and immersive in-world experiences. Sounds cool. '90s show has been cancelled by Netflix after 2 seasons. Todd Phillips says he's done with DC after Joker 2. Quote, "I feel like my time in the DC universe was these 2 films. Probably good that he gets out now, because after this fiasco, odds are there isn't going to be a Joker 3. Brad Winderbaum confirms that Agatha All Along is the least expensive live-action Marvel show for Disney+. Quote, "The show has minimal CG, way less than we've ever done before. It's mostly practical effects, and I think you can feel it in the show. And hey, sometimes practical is better." Studios are assembling superfan focus groups to assess various materials for our franchise project to avoid social media backlash. Quote, "They'll just tell us, if we do that, fans are going to retaliate. If it's early enough and the movie isn't finished yet, we can make those kinds of changes." That isn't the worst idea. Like, having like an advisory board, it's like, yeah, if you change that for the story, the fans aren't going to react very well, and that kind of thing. That could potentially work out like a fan bait, fan focused quality control. Nike is releasing the Green Goblin shoes as a clog posit, whatever that is, releasing later this year. Okay, I have to see this one. And Doesn't look that great.
Can't have a window of this approach will possibly lead to lots of unreleased material.
Yeah. Some studios are now taking over an actor's social media accounts with their consent to protect them from toxic behavior. Security firms are also hired to erase any personal information of talent online to ensure they don't get doxxed. It's sad that that's actually necessary at this point in time, but I mean, I guess like I said, it's just sad that that has to actually happen. Ooh. A new expansion pack for The Sims 4 will allow players to work as a Grim Reaper and plan funerals for your departed Sims, and introduce the afterlife and reincarnation. The pack will cost $39.99 and release on October 31st. Like, okay, interesting. An action RPG AAA Avatar The Last Airbender game is in the works, developed by Paramount Games Studio and Saber Interactive, and will follow an all-new, never-before-seen Avatar and will take place thousands of years in the past. Okay, I guess. Got a first look at John Amos in the new Suits series, his final acting role. He'll be playing himself in the pilot episode. Spider Noir series has begun filming, starring Nicolas Cage, Brendan Gleeson, Lamorne Morris, Lee Jun Lee, and Jack Huston. A limited series about Pompeii is in the works that follows various stories of people who lived there just before Mount Vesuvius erupted. Ridley Scott will executive produce with his company Scott Free for Prime Video. Andrew Garfield says he wants to return as Spider-Man if it's the right project. Quote, I love that character, and it brings joy. If part of what I bring is joy, then I'm joyful in return. Daniel Quintoy has been cast as the lead in the live-action Voltron movie, and it's the first I've heard that there's going to be a live-action Voltron movie. Okay.
Question, of course, means how this is going to play out. Some originality, whether it will, how much of it will follow, and if I heard this correctly, if it'll botch the ending again.
Yeah. The babies will be CGI in the new Rugrats movie, but everything else will be live action. Well, I'm sure that won't be horrifying. The first episode of the Phineas and Ferb revival is complete, releasing next year.
It's been back and forth. The chips are okay. The Smurfs, not quite so much. Sonic's been doing good.
Yeah. Keegan-Michael Key reveals Super Mario Bros. 2 will feature Nintendo characters that are really deep cuts. Quote, the way the story's laying itself out right now, these characters are going to be very intriguing. Got a first look at the Krabby Patty meal, including a real-life Krabby Patty, coming to Wendy's on October 8th. Tobin Bell will say as he will return as John Kramer in Saw 11. Now, to keep in mind, his character died in the third film. So I'm guessing it's going to be like another flashback scene, or maybe it'll be revealed after all this time that the one that was killed in Saw 3 was actually just a body double. One of his additional secret apprentices who had plastic surgery done to look like him. And it turns out that he wasn't actually Big Boss, but Medic, who was mentally manipulated to think he was Big Boss. No, wait, no, that's Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh gosh, now all of us. Oh gosh, now all of a sudden you're making me wonder if they're gonna bring in the nano machines.
Oh, God. Seriously, with how the Sauce franchise is gone, it's like, come on, do it. Hire Hideo Kojima to write the movie. Like, the series is already wacky. Go all in. Like, you don't watch Hideo Kojima stuff for the coherence. You watch it for the batshit insanity. It's like, wow, this plot makes no sense, but I'm intrigued. Go on. Okay, getting sidetracked there. A Robin's origin story animated movie is in the works at DC Studios. Follows Dick Grayson and Jason Todd as orphan thieves who call themselves the dynamic duo. Produced by Matt Reeves and James Gunn, not set in Reeves' DC universe, will use a cross between CGI animation, stop motion, and live action real time performance. So, at this point, half the stuff I'm seeing from DC is like, okay, we want to do our own original story, but let's attach DC characters to it to make it possibly do better. Like, okay, Jason Todd, that's fair. I mean, he's famous for trying to steal the Batmobile's tires, among other things. But dragging Dick Grayson into that, jeez.
Suddenly I'm now wondering how well they're gonna do it. Is it gonna be okay from a comics, okay as in the comics, or surprisingly good, as in the animated adaptation.
I don't know. I don't have much faith in DC stuff these days, and honestly, I just haven't really been doing much as far as movies these days. I never did get around to seeing Deadpool 3, though. Like, I'll probably watch it when it comes to Disney Plus. By that point, I'll probably have to get my own subscription. Anyway, hmm, Daniel Day-Lewis is officially ending his retirement from acting after 7 years, and will be the lead in his son's directorial debut, Anemone, which he co-wrote. The film explores the intricate relationship between fathers, sons, and brothers. Tom Hardy confirms that Venom: The Last Dance is his final Venom movie. Quote, "That's our lot from me and the big guy. We loved every minute." ABC Signature will be shut down and folded into 20th Television. They were the studio behind TV shows including Lost, Monk, Scrubs, Daredevil, Clone High, Golden Girls, The Punisher, Jessica Jones, Criminal Minds, Grey's Anatomy, Boy Meets World, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Once Upon a Time, Desperate Housewives, and How to Get Away with Murder.
I really have to know it's the studio, but where does that leave the network?
Knows.
But, but boy, do I not want to get into the controversy that's been going about since debate before the last debate.
Yep. Oh yeah, speaking of Daniel Day-Lewis, he's apparently been spotted shooting a new movie titled Aveline with Sean Bean. Now the question is, does Sean Bean die in that film? You can see the Sean Bean movie death counter, or like how's that been going in the past several years? Has he been dying less in movies, or dying about the same amount as usual? Disney Plus has begun to launch their new feature today called Live Channels, featuring a Hollow Stream, a channel of Halloween content, Hits and Heroes, a channel filled mostly with Marvel and Star Wars, Throwbacks with a nostalgic pop culture channel, and Real Life, focused on documentaries, biopics, and true stories. Kirsten Dunst has been cast in Wolfman alongside Channing Tatum. The film follows a robber who lived in a Toys R Us store and broke into more than 60 McDonald's and emptied the cash register after hurting staff into freezers. Wow. Huh. At hmm. The new trailer for the live action like a like a Dragon Yakuza series has been released, releasing October 24th on Prime Video. Okay, I'm just gonna open that tab. Happy Gilmore 2 will reportedly release in March or April 2025 on Netflix, over 28 years after the first film's release. A Wallace and Gromit 4K Ultra HD collection will release on December 10th. It will include restored 4K and audio versions of A Grand Day Out, The Wrong Trousers, Close Shave, and A Matter of Loaf and Death. Got the first trailer for the 10th anniversary re-release of John Wick, returning to theaters in November. Mark Hamill says he will return to voice Skips in the regular show revival. Quote, there's only one Skips, and he's very much looking forward to meeting with his old pal Rigby. It's an interesting one. Marvel and DC have lost the trademark for the word superhero. Hellboy the Crooked Man will not get a theatrical release in North America and will instead release on digital on October 8th. The Shawshank Redemption director Frank Darabont reveals why he came out of retirement to direct episodes of Stranger Things Season 5. Quote, my wife and I really love this show. Our content now is so filled with horrible people doing horrible things for greedy reasons, but Stranger Things has so much heart. Director Jared Hess explains why the Minecraft movie is live action. Quote, it's not something that's been seen before on this scale. Creators have made such amazing stories, short films, and content in the animation space. This is a chance for us to do something different.
Cosplays aside, that is fair.
Yeah,
Ah, good old Tryhard and Captain.
yep. Freyren Beyond Journey's End Season 2 has been announced. Anne Hathaway is returning for The Devil Wears Prada 2. Dragon Ball Daima will premiere with the first 3 episodes releasing in US theaters on November 10th to the 12th. U2's is releasing Hell of a Box collectibles for Mammon, Asmodeus, and Queen Bee on October 7th. Gundam Silver Phantom VR anime sets up story with some pre-show videos. EA CEO says that generative AI is the very core of our business. Nintendo intensifies crackdown on YouTube emulator channels, and also essentially shut down the other Twitch emulator. Apparently, the Kirby car mouse plush has been restocked. Pokemon Company streams the new Poketoon shorts by Studio Colorido and Zax. I don't know. Sony's Until Dawn remake hints at a possible sequel. Okay, going to my other site. Ooh, to have the official trailer for Bleach's 20th anniversary for the anime.
Amanda Heifer, the voice 7 in Zipped Up, created by Silly Mini. Two teens, cowboy, robot unzipping their way into what ifs of the multiverse. Storm separates clarifications from Jeremy. Interesting hearts from plushies on AliExpress.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Steel Ball Run, well, the manga anyway, is apparently going to be releasing in December 2025. So at least we'll be getting something of Part 7. No news on the anime yet, though.
Remix album now on streaming platforms. 325 remixes. Other 5 remixes. FIM and EQG. Chestnut wins Kansas full race. 1 Mustang top 10.
Ooh. So apparently, someone finally, essentially, really beat Tetris on the NES. Basically, getting all the way to level 255, finishing that, and it actually wraps around and restarts at level 0. And past a certain point in the game, it gets harder to see and gets kind of glitchy and stuff. So it's like interesting. Apparently, it took like 90 minutes. Also, world record score of 29,486,164, with the previous world record being around 16 million. so up by a pretty good amount. I love seeing broken records.
5-year Canada for a PhD headed to Cat Railway Industries, Quebec. Strategies for the rebuilding of passenger operators, long time workhorses. Shows of 4 new fresh paints. Longer head and large SP on the side.
Apparently, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater's difficulty level will change depending on whether you choose the new third-person or original fixed perspective. So, variable difficulty. Interesting.
EBT 16 first. Seem to go south of Turn Summit since 56. It's in Generation Flats, North Carolina Mountain Railroads. Near Rossi Alleghenies.
Bungie faces a copyright lawsuit for allegedly copying storyline and characters in Destiny 2's Red War campaign.
Okay, today the new works in Hopetown.
Ooh. So, apparently there's going to be a Lego Bio Lizard with Supersonic and Super Shadow coming soon, with a retail price of $44.99.
Trying to Steam next weekend. Nigel Grizzly, main guest.
A new Dominus Tome, Castlevania Season / Battle Pass, has been revealed for Dead by Daylight. Apparently has the most new and unique skins ever for Dead by Daylight. Yeah, this has been a decent year for Castlevania.
H6 compressor cylinders prepared for cricket DG machine products. Westford, Maine. Complete machinery, brand piston rods. Pistons almost complete. Kind of containers it for restoration. Mossville picturing. Kit Rail Society celebrating February Early Collection 60th anniversary with a photographer one weekend over Labor Day. And Arctos specific grudges from the family of Senadell, New Jersey High Railers, Frankfurt's Hurricane Picketers. Dear Costume, Days of Our Lives. Or what? Bruiser, Jones, Rat. Bruiser, Indiana Jones, Red Rabbit. Five Goes West. Gavin Creel, Book Mormon. Hello Noe, Tony Winner, 2017. Bob Yerks, and Back to the Future, Jedi Hook. Ellen Fly, Mr. Righteous Neighborhood. Transition to some more bigger names. Good Page, Cat Sniper for Christmas. John Ashton, Beverly Hills Cop. Chris Christopherson. SL Starborn, Grand Winner 72, 74, 75. John Amos, Good Times, Roots, Uncut Gems. So for us got affected by the Hurricane Helen. So we're gonna go the long queue to settle. Through weakness over the next 2 weeks to mentally prepare for.
Mm-hmm.
Most other things. Meanwhile, for the ship, let's just getting. And until our next. Piece for the month. Stay safe, stay well, good rest, good rest, stay pray, and hopefully we will see you next week.